Hi guys, welcome back and hello if you are new. I hope all of you are having a fantastic week. So, 6 years and with a new label, DEICIDE return with their brand new album in the form of Banished by Sin. So, if you may not be familiar with DEICIDE, they are very much death metal royalty, and really I think kind of spearheaded the sort of blasphemous side of death metal and, you know, kind of definitely flew the Scott Burns flag. Although personally, my favourite album by the band is The Stench of Redemption. I really love that record, I think. Whereas previously, I think, you know, the band's output has been a little bit one-dimensional, there's actually quite a lot of variety on here. So Faithless is one example, and I also think Woke from God, you know, kind of has a bit more of a progressive idea. There's a bit more going on within each song. So the tracks evolve, you know, whether or not that be sort of around dynamics or kind of like bigger sort of shifts. There's always something that is slowly but surely changing throughout the song, which I really liked. From Unknown Heights You Shall Fall is, you know, a fast and furious opener. There's a lot more kind of evolution in the song, I guess. And it is based around, you know, kind of quite a similar riff. But because of the dynamics, I think it really does work quite well. Talking about production, you know, Josh Wilbur has stepped in and kind of, you know, gone away from Lamb of God sort of, you know, like arena metal. And I think, you know, it kind of gives a bit of a bigger sound to the band, but also it doesn't necessarily have that oomph that I really wanted with a DEICIDE record. So the lead work might not necessarily be as melodic as, you know, like Stench of Redemption and stuff, but there are some little ideas I think that are worth sort of noting here. You've got Doomed to Die, which kind of opens with this cool little dive bomb piece, and then I think Sever the Tongue looks at sort of diminished scale ideas, and that I thought was quite interesting overall, but, you know, it's not necessarily massively pushing the boat out. And as much as I said, you know, there are elements of progression and things, there are some songs which do sound a little bit samey. Failures of Your Dying Lord and The Light Defeated are two tracks which I thought, you know, were a little bit sort of fillery. However, despite some songs being quite samey, they do have some really killer riffs. And I think, you know, Sever the Tongue is a great example. It kind of starts off a little bit clunky, but then when it sort of hits its stride, it really is, you know, some really killer riffs, which I think is great, you know, and DEICIDE should be praised for that, for sure. Much of the tracks on here don't necessarily overstay their welcome as well, which I think is important because it had me kind of coming back for more a little bit, you know, which I was actually quite surprised at how much I listened to this DEICIDE record, considering the previous albums I kind of wasn't as big of a fan of. So with Banished by Sin, you know, DEICIDE have kind of returned to form, but it doesn't necessarily hold a candle to, you know, their classics. There are moments of, you know, inspired songwriting on here, but there are some times where it kind of just falls by the wayside a little bit and just becomes a little bit forgetful for me personally. I would say this is a solid 7 out of 10 kind of album. Definitely check it out if you're a fan of DEICIDE, you'll probably like it, but it's not kind of like breaking any new ground. So thank you ever so much for watching this album review. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know what you think of Banished by Sin and the review underneath me. And please do hit that like and subscribe button. It definitely helps. And if you enjoyed the video, please do share it with any of your metal friends or anything like that. So other than that, I'll see you guys very soon for another album review.